Start from the top. We got a $50 leaderboard series tournament. So what that basically means is they're playing for points, and at the end of the season, whoever has the most points, they're gonna get prizes. This is the last tournament in the season, so this is when they're locking in all those points. This is the final time, final chance for them to get those points. And we are using the new ban list, so we'll take a look at that. So in the new ban list, Sprite. Well, let's scroll down. We have cards to be unlimited: Sprite Blue, Nadir Servant, Nimble Beaver, and Sprite Jet. We got a Nimble Angler. We have 2 Jets here. So we got Sprite, Maiden of White, and Sage with Eyes of Blue are now both limited to 2. So hopefully we see less Blue Eyes. And Branded Fusion is now at 2, so that's kind of cool. But Original Sinful Soil and Bonfire are both at 1. Is this the death of Snake Eyes? Will we see Blue Eyes? I'm actually pretty interested to find out. Is this the return of Sprite? Failings banish the Angler. So the Sprite, in case you remember, they need a level 2 on the field, and then they summon a level 2 from the hand. We got the starter, which summons a Sprite monster from the deck, but now they're locked to level, link, and rank 2s, which also so the starter does not turn off Nibiru, but Gigantic does. The starter says you cannot special summon monsters except level, rank, link 2 monsters, but the Gigantic says neither player. Why would they make it like that? Is that correct? I stopped playing Sprite before the Sprint came out, so I don't know exactly what they're going to do with this. During your main phase, you can activate Detach, and if you do, also neither player can special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except... Yeah, it's broken the way the Gigantic turns off a Nib. So the Angler summon Beavers from the deck into the Gigantic. Druid's Worm banish the blue. The Gigantic Sprite summon a Frog. So they got a Carrot, which will negate a spell trap effect, which could negate this Imperm. The Frog. Send in the Toad. Soul Sweeper, the Sweeper. They're attempting to banish the Druid's Worm, and now the Carrot will tribute to negate the Imperm. We're going to tribute the Sprint. They have 4,300 attack on the field. Into battle. Oh, they're Gamma bursting up. The Gamma Burst. Man, I remember one time I was playing at locals, and I just alluded to that I knew Sprite. I didn't exactly tell them that I knew Sprite. I just was really thinking about players. I was like, no, and they knew I knew what was going on. And I negated the Jet that was searching for the Gamma Burst, but they already had the Gamma Burst in the hand, and there was no interaction I could have done to negate the spell. I had to stop them from getting it, but then they already had it. Negating the Jet is good, but if they just have it, they got it. They just got it like that, you know. We got Lacrima, and here's a Fulos, but they both have a Nibiru. And is this Runic? Sprite? I don't know, I'm just thinking Sprite. Azamina, Sylvia. So they took the Fulos challenge to put up a negate. They only let them draw 1. Yeah, we draw 1. The Sylvia. Bro, what? What? Why wouldn't you wait until it resolved? Why wouldn't they wait until the Imperm resolved? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Now that they got negated, now that the Huggin got negated. Freezing Curse is negating the Druid's Worm. Negate the Druid's Worm. Ash the Murcielago. Requiem. They already summoned the Lacrima, right? Oh, they will again. Oh, that was probably the previous turn. Bestial Beatdown? Fiendsmith Bestial Beatdown? Are we gonna see some mermaids? Wait, oh. I always forget that one now. I'll build that muscle memory in. Atlanteans. Canny, Shen, love negate. I love negates too. Negate. And here's a impulse. And an imperm, which could negate. We got an impulse, which would effect that special summons a monster. It can impulse negate. What are they gonna imperm? Well, now there's a Caesar. Wait, Blue Eyes? Fiendsmith? With the Caesar? Imperm will negate the Caesar. That Imperm's gonna go 1 for 2. There's also an Ash. Crimson Tears, shuffle back the Requiem to summon and send. They could send. Oh, they send the Requiem. They summon the Requiem. Weird. Summon and tribute. Now the Impulse. Negating. Wait, where did the Imperm go? Oh, they negated the Caesar. Ash negate the Neptibus, so I guess, you know what? I don't know. Mermail plays that well, but I like to follow the lead of these players and see what works, what doesn't work. They're ashing the Neptibus, but they're still gonna play through it. Does anyone know? Is there a really good choke point for Atlantean to hit? I feel like they just have so much gas. Here, the guy. Okay, we'll talk about it later. So the Veiler negating the Spirit. Ogre destroying the True Light, and it's gonna take the Spirit with it. Some of these top players are moving on to Sprite now. Could this be the shakeup in the format that we needed? And why is this person playing Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon? Am I dreaming? If you learn when you're dreaming, You can realize in the middle of your dream, and you can take control and do whatever you want. Basically, they call that lucid dreaming. But recognizing that you are actually in a dream is the difficult part. You'll wake up, you're like, oh man, I should have known I was in a dream. I don't know why, but for some reason in my dreams, I'll be like, I used to be a car salesperson, and my dream would just start as me at my desk sitting as a car salesperson, but I'm naked. Like just maybe in my boxers or something. I don't know why. Funny though. And now don't think about that image. Sorry if I put that image in your head. I have a thing for guys that sell cars. I think you do, Mage. I have a thing for myself. So I'm not familiar with these two players here, but I think I've actually seen Ender's Arc on top play before, and I do know that they're playing Supreme King Zark, which wants to set up a field wipe. Are they afraid of the Max C? We're gonna find out. We're searching for a super poly with the gate 0. So there's a super poly and a bell. 2 disruptions. Bell can negate an effect that would summon a monster from the graveyard, or add a card from the graveyard to the hand, deck, or extra deck. Bell negate the spirit of Yubel. That's weird. Bell, Yubel. Lacrima. Summon Engraver. We're speeding this up. Phantom of Yubel is a monster negate. It would replace the effect of a monster effect. Lacrima. They knew they had to fear that face down card. And now they have a full Yubel combo. So basically, just as you suspect, you take down the power of Blue Eyes and Snake Eye, you're gonna get Yubel. I actually don't like Yubel for this reason right here. They just attack right into you and then it's over. I don't enjoy that gameplay. But so I hope we don't see a lot of that. True. That's right, Mage. Yesterday we were at it playing RuneScape for a crazy amount of time. It was insane. I'm trying to make it so that the friends chat can do Callisto basically 24/7. But I want everyone to be in that one friends chat. That's a whole other thing. Sure. So that we can keep that going 24/7. Good games here. Oh yeah, you know what? This is pretty exciting. New ban list. There's uno momento here. Millennium. Add Emancipator with the Millennium engine. Gonna work? Work. Nah, Nimbus, you're fine. Don't worry about it. That's sometimes how you got to get that shit done, talking over people to get to the root of the thing. Cut through the BS. Oh yeah, and I really thought about it. I just want us all to be united under one banner. That's all. One banner. Everyone can have their own like pocket group. I just want all to be together. I think that's right. Oh yeah, for sure. Mage knows. I just want you know, when new people show up, they'd be like, oh man, this place is popping. That's the type of vibe I want to create for the boys, you know. Let's get back to the matter at hand, though. We gotta, so if you're not up to speed with what's going on, they're gonna do this Millennium Engine to get into a Curious. The Curious sends the Block Dragon. Or, well, they might do a Gallant Granite on the way. Oh. But first, we're gonna make a side trip and summon a Baron de Fleur. But wait, this is 4th summon. Unlike this song. Why is this on here? Oh, this is kind of epic enough. But 4th summon. The Baron de Fleur will not be the 5th summon. Morisaki says Nib won't do shit. Wait, hold up. Hold up. We can wait. We have Valor. Wait, hold up. Let it unfold. Synchro summon. There is the Valor. Morisaki ruined the surprise. It wasn't really a surprise. I thought people weren't gonna see it. But there's the Granite. Do you Valor the Granite? No, they let him get the block. Wait. So you... Wait. No. Maybe you... No, what do? You can't let them Apollo. You have to do it now. You can still do it now. Oh, but they got the block. That's a wrap. It's over? It's over? That's right, Nimbus. I don't want to abuse the flame, but they come on for a reason sometimes. I thought they had it. I thought they had it with the Nib and the Valor, but they threw it all away? Oh my gosh, the Dweller. And the Kokai Meru. Kokai Meru Monster Negate, and then they have the Herald, which is an Omni, Spell Trap or Monster Effect. 2, 3. So 4 Material Apollo, plus Baron de Fleur, and the Dweller is making so they can't activate effects in the grave, and the Elf is pointing to the Baron and the Apollo? Oh no. They didn't even use the Nib. There's no Valor. That didn't matter. Damn. They went to go make food while the opponent cooked. That's crazy. Not that one? Lubellion. Runic. Bestials. Synchros. They want to do some synchro summoning. But again, this is a similar story. There's a Valor and Nibiru. What do? We have an Imperm as well. We got an Imperm. Imperm, the Huggin. And Valor. Magnuma. Drill Beam. Drill Beam could potentially get rid of their skill drain. If they get the right monster. Druisworm, banish the Valor, reveal the skill drain, and now wanted adding Diabell. But there's no way for the Drill Beam to get rid of the skill drain. It'll be Deception, Tribute, the Nib to get an Azamina. Skill Drain. Oh, we put out this big 2700 boy. We whip out our beaters, I see. The Silvera. I negated a Dark Ruler No More. Or an Forbidden Droplet before with this. Wait, no, this is not the trap. I'm thinking of the Silvera. This is Morian. This flips their opponent's monster face down. I'm loving it. I don't even think the video went up yet, but last week's finals was a Blue Eyes mirror match, and I titled it, Konami, this has to stop. I don't even know if it went up yet, but they got the message. Happy Friday, happy new ban list day. I'm loving that soundtrack over the changing matches thing. Dude, I don't even know what round is. 4-day weekend. Live it up. RTO, what is going on? We got a new ban list tournament happening right now. If you want to know how you're going to be playing, what decks to play when this new ban list goes into effect after nerfing Blue Eyes and Snake Eyes, you're going to want to pay attention to the results of this here. What do we got? We've had quite a bit of Sprite, because Sprite cards were boosted up. City RS, what is going on? Foolish Burial. The Shadow Mist gets the Ferris. We got Stratos searching for Malicious. This is the one thing. I can never remember where to interrupt heroes. City. It's funny at this point now. So we're gonna Ash the Infernal Deceiver. Was this correct? I actually don't know. And this hero play has been updated. Negate Vion, or the one that summons it. This one always gets my attention the fast. You can place Negate Vion or the one that summons it. City, if you mean the best, just hang around. We had someone who we were skeptical about letting in, and then we let him in, and he appreciates that we watch out for who can and can't join. Okay, the Ogre destroying the Wave High Season. So they're still going to negate the polymerization, but they get rid of one of their. They get rid of one of their negates. They nibbin. Regained. There's a drill beam. Oh. Can't negate the sewer poly though. Sorry, heroes. Let's go. You're at Plat 4 RTO. What deck you playing? But you still Rose Dragon? I don't know anyone who's doing that still. And Duel Links, Tech W, I know. I got like top 1500 or 2000, something like that, in the Kaiba Cup with Rose Dragons. That was an interesting format. Tricky, what is going on? Today, we're watching the Guild of Gurus tournament, and this is the last tournament in a series where they're playing for points, and players with the most points at the end of the season get prizing. This is something I've considered experimenting with, where maybe we have a leader, we would do a leaderboard, and we would have like no Max C tournament and Rogue Roulette single elimination, and it would be like a side series. But even just the idea of me having to manage the points seems like too much of a hassle. I guess you add them all up at the end of the season, but if people want me to keep track of the lead, it's not gonna happen. As it's live, it's not gonna happen. Got enough to do. Speed this up. So they actually do. Is this it? The soul of the Supreme Celestial King. No, this summons the Zark, but the Zark itself will do the field wiping. And today's tournament is regular format with the newest ban list, and should be side deck today. Let's see here. Yeah, so they are using a side deck. Did they even do the field wipe? Didn't even have to. I always do that. I have to remember that. Maybe let it go for longer. Centurion. I think this is the only person I've seen playing Centurion today so far. There's an Imperm trying to negate Chimera, but they got a cross out to negate the Imperm, and now we Drolling. What do you think hurts them more, the Droll or the Imperm? Would you rather have the Droll resolve or the Imperm resolve? Well, I guess you'd have to wait for the Droll to bait a cross out, and then you could Imperm anyway, so it's the same result because we have a second Imperm. And they can add, do we Ash the Requiem? You can, sure. They didn't use a normal summon. They did use normal summon, so they don't, I should say they don't have an ability to summon. And there's the Imperm. Only other thing you would do is Ash the Lacrima, right? And that would give him a body. Oof. Zeus clearing the field, and they still have another field wipe. They got an Imperm plus a field wipe. Set the Lurry. Wonder why they didn't Lurry and try to do summon a Requiem and then, you know, go on with that. It's over. Oh, the Druidist Worm. Why did we... because if you clear the Druidist Worm, then they would send you to the graveyard. And now they got a full sprite combo. Oh, but they drolling. Little Knight is to banish the Druidist Worm. Impulse plus Imperm. $3,000 damage. I mean, it's over. It's over 3,000. So, I mean, what am I saying? The Sprint and the Little Knight was 3,000. The Jet brought it over lethal. Sometimes my brain can't even keep up. Window hipster. Let's see it. All right. Memento with the Millennium Engine versus Chimera. So Memento starting things off. Huh. So they pop the card that they place into the back row with the Sengen Jin. Gives them a body and the free pop, basically. Now we fusion summon the Creation King. I play DDD and there's way too many names and pieces to assemble for Memento that I'm not even gonna try and understand at all. I'm saying I play DDD and that's supposed to be complicated. I don't know what the hell this is. If someone can boil it down for me simply, allow me to do this for you. I will boil down DDD. You link 2, set your scales, and then you do a rank 4 Xyz summon. And when your Xyz monsters leave the field, you search for combo pieces, and then you combo. It's more than that. But if someone can tell me what the general gist of this is, how does it work? I don't know. I'm not gonna. Memento, summon, and then you summon so your opponent can nib you? Or so you get nibbed. So there's an Apollo with 4 negates. Plus Desiree could negate up to 2, but it's really 4. We got 4 monster negates plus not an Omni, a targeting Omni. Weird. No, 1 targeting target negate. Well, they negated with the Apollo. They're popping. I didn't even know that was there. The Desiree's gone. There's still 3 negates. So Memento's Apollo Turbo. Chimera. Apollo's negating the chain and Edgem chain, but the Chimera is destroying the Apollo and it's all gone. There's Memento Fusion. I don't think that's gonna do much though. Oh. Oh, I should have known. The hero player is Mr. Sharp. I should have known. I shouldn't know their in-game name. This is not looking too good for Memento, though. Chimera, Beansmith. You know, maybe it is time we ban Apollo. Because every deck just being Apollo Turbo is crazy, right? The way I think about it is these decks are like, the archetypes are like groups, but they call on the big bosses for help. Little Knight versus Little Knight. So Aerial Eater. Summon Aerial Eater with the Memento Fusion. Sending Fiendsmith Engraver. 2 Fiend monsters with the same attribute. And wait, Memento Fusion? It used Goblin and Gaddock, which are both Fiends. It's crazy. Chaos Angel banished the moon, and that Chaos Angel, what was it summoned with? How did that happen? Oh, it was summoned from the grave, so it didn't have protections. Branded, so like we're saying, branded now has 2 branded fusion. Is that really gonna make a massive deal? I don't think so. The impulse, is impulse negate the activation? No, it negates the effect. Branded in red. Fusion summon. Lubellion. They got the Albaz in the grave. Mercurier's banished. Lubellion activating to fusion summon. Mercurier is gonna search. Blazing Cartesia. Blaze up. Sidra. You're gonna have to do the Mirror Jade banish now. You got no choice. And now Cartesia activated into fusion summon Granguinol. They banished Poseidra, summoned the Neptibus. Neptibus alone is full combo though, right? We'll see. Summoning Quem, Chainlink 2 Garura, and then Chainlink 3, the second effect of the Quem, bringing back the Mirror Jade. Can this Mirror Jade banish again? Is it once per turn? Is it a hard once per turn? Or is it once per copy? You can only control one. Nibiru They both have Nibiru, and our Nibiru is live. When do we nib? Synchro summon, Trishula, once per copy. They've activated Mirror Jade for the second time this turn, and then Nibiru, the whole field's gone. That was crazy. And then at the end of it all, the Trishula banished the Nibiru Primal Being. And the Mirror Jade banished the token. Deep Sea Diva. Back in the Duel Links days, if someone summoned a diva, it was a wrap. Albion the Sanctifier Dragon. What are they gonna summon? Well, they could summon Albaz, maybe a Mirror Jade, right? They do summon the diva. Exceed summon Abyss Sprite. How do they do that? Oh, it's a rank 7. Did they change the level of the diva? Oh no. Maybe the thing allows them to summon it with level 2s even though it's a rank 7. Mirror Jade saw him through it. Anyone can use whatever server they want, and this doesn't bother me. I just want everyone to be under one banner in the friends chat. That's literally doesn't bother me. Anyone can be in whatever clan chat they want. It doesn't matter to me. I just want us all to work together for the one cause. Oh, but as far as like the server for streaming, that's us, you know, the clan Discord server for the stream. It's the only way, because I have a go live notification set up in that server to notify people whenever we go live on RuneScape. So I got to get everyone adjusted into thinking that is the official server, or knowing that is the official server for that stream, and not thinking that no confusion is all. So yeah, always ours. There would be no reason to not be. Barolo. And Nimbus, I don't know if you saw, I made you moderator in there. And I made it so that there's like notification roles, and I'll tag people for like a Callisto mass and things like that. Basically, when we're using my friends chat, yeah, it would be ideal to use our server. I'm not going to force anyone saying, oh, you got to be in our voice chat. They don't have to be anywhere. They could be playing on their toilet from mobile. Don't matter to me. But it would be good if everyone was in ours. Boring Ubel snooze fest. I'm sorry, Ubel. Maybe that's not sharp. Oh no, this is. You know, I understand now. Not only does Mr. Sharp just like Heroes, this is actually, I think this is them. But they also just like everything Yubel. And that include, I mean, they include everything that Jaden likes, and that includes Yubel. We got 2 monster negates, 3 monster negates. 4. Wait. 5 monster negates? Versus Tenpai. But the monsters that they control are unaffected by our card effects. But they don't control the Genroku, so the Apollo can negate it. The Genroku, it's in their hand, and same thing with the Chandra, it's in their hand. They don't control it. We're gonna summon the Spirit of Yubel. They search for the Dora, summon Chandra, searching for the pain from the with the Spirit. They're no longer unaffected, but now right here at this point you can no longer activate effects during the battle phase, and before that you were in what the battle step damage calculation. So when you're in battle you can't activate effects that negate an effect, you can only negate an activation. So the Phantom of Yubel wasn't doing anything. The Phantom of Yubel replaces the effect, doesn't even negate. You're not negating any kind of activation at all. Wait, how are we gonna get through this? This Phantom of Yubel. Wait. The Sanganpai Transcendent Dragon left the field, so the Phantom of Yubel activates to replace the effect of the Sanganpai. Popping the Spirit in the deck, and that summons a Yubel. Hold up. Wait, hold up. I don't want to go back to Yubel Tenpai format. Very nice Yubel. Showing that Tenpai. Tenpai who? I'm sorry, Kraken. What in the heck is this? Luigi, what are you doing? This isn't Rogue Roulette. What do you got the Necro Valley for? Are they playing the Gravekeepers? What? So we got a Kekro Valley followed up with a Kek Work Midnight. Kek down, and then there's a Solemn Kek. Simultaneous Equation Kek. I've been saying Kekro Valley since Duel Links. The Callisto Cup dialogue is really funny. I love it. They put good work into that one. And that's a pretty good flex because people don't want to go. A lot of people don't want to go to the wilderness. Oh, they pushed back the Clockwork Midnight, but the simultaneous equation cannon. They missed the play. They missed the math. They didn't do the math right. The simultaneous equation cannon would banish all cards that we controlled, but they didn't do the math right. I don't know the equation, do you? 3 and 11. They sent a 3, and a 5. 3 and 11. Well, I don't know how that's supposed to work. I have no idea. Solemn Keck. They're negating this Little Knight. Wait, there's a pet fighting ring? Do they actually fight? That sounds terrible. But I do want to work on my construction now in RuneScape so that I can get the ring that they all hang out, or the play area for them. What level does that require? Or do I just leave them in the house and they just chill? Alright, so we got the Punk, Xiamen, and now they're popping. The Necro Valley is destroyed. Xiamen is searching for the rising scale. They're rising up. Rising on up. They banish. And summon from the deck to your note. And now Engraver from the grave. Synchro Shokan. Synchro Shogun! Wait. Why do they have a Punk? Oh, they stole our Punk. Well, now it's over. Death to stun. This room can be built either indoor or outdoor. 37 construction. That's not bad. I could work. I can get that easy. The question is, isn't construction like expensive to level up? We should probably go round 2, right? You can get that from questing? Oh shit. True. Wait, maybe I have it already then. I think I have all... thought I had construction quest requirements. Oh, that might not be requirements. That's... Chicago? Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, Millennium. There's a cross out to negate the max C. I just want to see, well, so wait, people were saying before that only that 99% of Snake Eye decks were playing 1 original. I was playing 3 original in my deck and I liked it. Is that really true? That 99% are playing 1? Oh, let's find out. Got Snake Eye, Fiendsmith. 50% are playing 1. So no, that is not correct. 15% are playing 3. And 35% are playing 2. I really like the way the original Sinful Spoil and the Millennium Engine had a lot of synergy, where even if your Millennium Engine got interrupted, you could then follow up your all of your your hand got negated, you save that original as the last thing you do. You know what I'm saying? And you still have you can have the Millennium card in the back row, or the field spell to send. So yeah, 3 original Sinful Spoil is very powerful. And here we are playing through what? What did they do? The opponent did a Maxi and a Veiler. So they negated the Maxi, playing through the Veiler. And below Whale. This is interesting. So the wagon will change its battle position, and now they're going to summon the Scarecrow. The Soul Piercer is searching. Don't negate a Soul Piercer. The Soul Piercer is not once per turn, but the Peacemaker is. They summon the Scales. Now they have 2 level 4s. Is this Adamancipator? I think it is. But we stopped them from getting 2 level 4s. Popped one of theirs. Now into the Millennium engine. And they're actually going to use this to summon Curious. Curious will send Block Dragon. What did I tell you? Bill, Hanny, what is going on? Then we'll get to you in just a second. We got to see how all this goes right here. We got they're summoning the Kokai Meru Guardian, Synchro Summon, Chang Ying. That Chang Ying has a 75.8% win rate at time of appearance. If it hits the field, you're cooked. They're going to link all that, using the opponent's monster to summon a goddess. Axel, Synchro Stardust Dragon, summon the motorbike from the grave, and here we go. Baron de Fleur, pop in the temple. Oh, they've already got lethal. It's crazy how that Millennium engine can be used in so many different archetypes. It's crazy. Bill Hanny, what is going on? Bill is asking. Bill says, what's good, Viking man? I love that. Thank you. Is Blackwings good in the current meta? No, I'm sorry. I don't think the Blackwings are going to be able to keep up right now. And neither will the Red Eyes Black Dragon. But you could probably still have fun with them. I don't want to tell you no. Blackwings. Blackwings, you might actually be able to play that. But let's, if you, well, you gotta go, you gotta do this. We go to the website. Type, we're gonna search. You wanted Blackwings? We can see if anyone recently last month someone made Master 5 with Blackwing. So I'm sure you could do it. They went from Platinum to Master 5 with Blackwing. And I can give you the link to the deck right here. But so right now we've got a tournament happening with the new ban list in effect. So if you want to know the top decks, the best decks to play moving forward once this new ban list goes into effect, you're going to want to be here to find out. Bill, thank you. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe, like the stream, all that good stuff. I'm happy to help. If you ever want more advice, we got a Discord with over 1,500 players in there. Tomorrow, we're going to be having a tournament with a $25 prize pool. We're using the new ban list. Let's go. 10 by going first. So there's a maxi, but they have an Ash to negate. And there's a Droll. Droll looked at the hand. Droll. Talent looked at the hand and saw the Droll and returned the opening, which makes sense because they're not going to add anything else. It's just crazy. And then they summon the Droll, pop in the Abominable Chamber, summon Charvar, link that into the moon, and then the seal returns the moon, Ash, Engraver, negate, scoop. Damn. That sucks. Damn Tenpai. Watch it from here. You just need like I think I started working on some construction a little bit for some quest requirements. I don't remember what exactly it was though. I know you prefer those OG cards, Bill, but we gotta... They give the revamp versions for a reason, you know? And a lot of times they're like similar, just redone. Like we got some triple D cards coming out, or that were announced. And I'm very excited for those. All right. No more distractions. We're going to get right into this here. Dark Magician? For those of you who don't know, I really like Dark Magician. I would play Dark Magician since Duel Links in TCG. When Master Duel was released day one, I built this is when no one knew what they were doing. You know, we barely even understood how crafting a card worked, I swear. If you could find the stream VOD, it's hilarious. I don't think it exists anymore. We didn't even know how to do the simplest things. But I still crafted a Dark Magician deck that was so control heavy, with Dogmatic Punishment, summoning Winda. No one could beat it on day one. It was so funny. But, you know, people got with the times and understood. But, so, I really like Dark Magician. It's just not as good. Now, it's not that it's not as good. You have to use very impactful cards like this Droll here. That imperm you have to use perfectly because you don't get another shot. There's no other. You get one negate, one interruption, one banish. but what you rely on is the controlling when exactly you banish the opponent's monster with the circle. That's the allure, really. It's not as good as it used to be. That's when it came out. Now you have the Dragoon. Toy Soldier plus the Magician Souls. You can create a lot of material with that. So much material that I was doing like a Masquerena, ready to link someone on the opponent's turn. You could do an Apollo maybe with Dark Magician. I haven't played in a while though. Maybe we can go. I want to go back to that. Gotta craft those Primite cards. Wait. Was DeadTube playing Live Twin before? I'm sure he was. But did they side the Live Twins in? No. Oh, it's Sprite. We didn't see the Live Twin side before. And then if we saw a different Live Twin player, I think we saw the other Live Twin using the Nimble engine. I prefer Nimbles over the Evil Twins. I don't know, maybe that's just preference. Dean Smith. Primate. They do Ash the Maxi. Let's see how far they take this. Oh, but there's an Ash to negate the Requiem. Now the barrel set the Lordly Load. Searching for a Drill Beam. Engraver. Okay, Paradise. Bell negating the Engraver. Lordly Load. They summon Driver. Okay, that turns on the Drill Beam. It's crazy how that negate and banish can just take the game. Oh yeah, we're doing Callisto for sure. Definitely. Orko. I can tell you how long in just a second. Probably like 2 hours, maybe less. If you want Nimbus, you can get that going. Take charge. Gamma Driver's a bad idea in that deck. You need the normals, and if you actually get to use the Gamma, one of your normals is then banished. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. But if Gamma resolves, you win anyway, though. You know what I mean? I agree. But Gamma equals turbo win. I had both music, my bad. I know, I'm exaggerating. We got Doctor. Let's go. So, Coelacanth. Whoa, we got a field of mermails? Why is this card insane? You can discard one card, special summon as many level 4 or lower fish monsters as possible from your deck, but they cannot declare an attack. And their effects are negated. This Coelacanth is insane. Oh, Bahamut Shark, now Sprite into the Donna. So what is this all going to turn into? Some pops? They're actually really good at going second. Because when you send a card to activate an effect, it might activate to pop. Or send something. They all have different effects. They're ripping the card out of the hand. Virtue Stream, gets Poseidra? Why? I'm surprised they don't get the Virtue Dragon. I'm surprised they don't get the Stream Trap. So what is this? They can negate once per turn. You can detach one material from this card. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls with less attack than this card, which is 2800. During your opponent's turn, they can send one card from the hand to the graveyard and add a mermail monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. So they can search for whatever material they want and trigger that effect for when they send that card that they're searching for as cost. But we're going to droplet negate the Mermail Abyss Gaios. Oh, Fallen Valbaz. They're searching for the Shadow Squad. So like I was saying, they want to send this Shadow Squad to the grave to activate a water monster effect. And it says, if it's sent to the grave to activate a water monster effect, summon one level 4 or lower Atlantean or Mermail monster from your deck. We'll see what they do with that. But what effect are they going to activate to even send that to the grave? You got to think about, they're thinking about the floating effects. The Abyss Shrine, the Atlantean Spirit banishes and they discard the Mermail Shadow Squad for that effect, which is going to trigger that Shadow Squad. And this Mermail Abyssalacia is able to search for the type of interruption they want on their turn based on what they see you doing. So they search for the Shadow Squad, which summons the Neptabyss, which I don't think that's really going to do anything. It got banished. They ashed the Brand of Fusion. I don't think it really did anything. Cronus, what is going on? Fusion duplication. They're sending summon Lubellion. Oh, now we fusion summon Albion. Banishing material to summon Rinbrum. They already got a Mirror Jade. This is the opponent's draw phase. Our turn now. They have a Banish, Mercurial Negate, and the Golden Sword Soul summons. And then pops. If you control a fusion monster that mentions Fallen Valbaz as material, You can destroy the monster to declare an attack. The pop, banish, negate, return. And they still had Mercurier, negate, and the Mirror Jade banish. All they used was the Rinbrum and the Golden Sword Soul. I actually didn't know about that Golden Sword Soul's effect to pop if you control a fusion that lists Fallen Valbaz as material. There was something. Someone brought up a really good point about the Mermails and the barriers. Like there's, I said what you said. That people are not playing the barrier statue and they should be. Someone else brought up a really good point outside of that though. I forgot exactly what it was. I don't remember. Left hand shark. Small fight. Tunes? No, I'm sorry, Bill. You know, we've seen some success. Dark Magician have some success recently using the new Primite engine. But either way, you're gonna be. You gotta incorporate those new cards. If you want to, what's a deck that from 2007 that still competes? I don't think that exists. What's the oldest deck that could still exist? Yu-Gi-Oh makes chess look like a cakewalk. I actually there was a time where I was playing chess. I was really enjoying it too. What did we just watch? Who's Brandon? Okay. Pretty sure Gravekeepers. Oh, okay. That actually makes sense. And if Gravekeepers go first, they might win. Someone did just mention Gravekeepers, exactly. If you really want to play with something that's super old school. Fiendsmith, is this Snake Eye Azamina? It's funny how we all thought Snake Eye Fiendsmith Azamina was going to be the play, but it really wasn't. It was Snake Eye Fiendsmith Millennium. We all slept on Millennium until word got out. And then Azamina fell behind. Yeah, that's why I was saying Neko. If you want to play Gravekeeper, they just have to go first and get out the Necrovalley. That's how you win. You're not really competing. And then I was having some really existential thought the other day of like, after playing Yu-Gi-Oh for so long, it's like, is there ever really even a good game if both players are playing both decks to the best of their ability and there's no error? It really just came down to whoever opened the cards better. And then if someone did make a mistake, it's a game that shouldn't even have mattered. It's a game state that doesn't exist. But I mean, and then is the only real win is when you really know more than the opponent? I guess so. But yes, the problem is Millennium pays life points and you lose in time. That's why no one used it in TCG or paper. They say what is it? I didn't even know they banned the Fusion Lacrima. So when Fiendsmith can OTK with Agnum and then in the battle phase summon Engraver or Desiree, equip the Agnum to it, or no, the Lacrima, and then they shuffle back. They link the Lacrima off in the second main phase, shuffle back. It's kind of crazy. And that's like the second or third time today we've seen the drill beam alone completely end a game. Adipity? True. True. What happens if the lid gets opened? That's when you know it's at full power, when they release a monster with the open lid. It's upgraded form. All right, let's keep this going. Los. Bua. But there's an Ash. But that's when they reveal their Maxi. The true demon. Damn. Nothing worse than losing to the Maxi, but we'll see. This might not be over yet. Drill beam, revealing the barrel. They're banishing the Sengen Jin. Set that beam into battle. They could have waited for that. Could have been an evenly, no? Baguska. Oof. Okay, Sengen Jin. They're gonna Primite. Banish, negate. Now they got a super heavy play. But they're kind of negated. They kind of do be negated though. Little Knight will banish the Baguska. Gallant Granite will search for the block. Now they got an elf. Block is searching for their rocks. See, it wasn't immediately over. You could say that the going second player is gonna have like a 40% chance going really a 30% chance going second, and then if you activate Max C, that chance of winning going second goes up to 35%. If the Max C is negated, but if the Max C resolved, I think it goes up to like 45%, something like that. But the rocks over here just built different. True. Alright, so they got a Pit Knight Earl, which says when a monster this card points to activates its effect, they can target an effect monster the opponent controls and change its attack to 0, also negate its effect. So they want to wait until the opponent has a monster on the field, then they can activate the the elf, which will summon a monster from the grave, and then when that's activated, that's going to activate the Earl to negate a monster that we control. They also have Masquerena and Carrot, but the barrier statue says that neither player can summon special summon monsters except Earth. I don't think there's a sprite that's an Earth or Fire. Oh, but the double cross sucks up the barrier statue as material. So now they are activating summon the jet, banish that face down, crackdown, negating the Crackdown was trying to take control of the Carrot, but the Carrot is tributing the Earl to negate the Crackdown, but that's when they use the Tikaboo. They baited out the negate. Even though they baited out the negate, there was still nothing they could do. Wasn't enough, I should say. Even all the toxic cards in the world, it wasn't enough. True. All the toxic cards in the world, and it was still wasn't enough. Huh. All right. Let's go. Lubellion searching for a Saronir. We have Branded going first with Adamantipator going second. There's an Ash as well as Retaliating Sea. Saronir, Chainlink 2, Granguinol, and I guess there's only the one Ash. We know where they want to use this, so we can just speed this up. Oh, but they didn't get access to Branded Fusion. Pokai Meru Guardian. So Granguinol is banishing itself, but it's negated by the Meru Guardian. I didn't realize that Granguinol banishes itself. What is it doing to do that? If a monster, you can banish this card, summon a dogmatic monster. Okay, yeah. The Granite searches for the block. They have a Royal Granite and a Royal Block. They're both at the block is an SR, right? Easy to get. They always play with it, you know. Where did this Maxi come from? We drew into the Maxi? What deck is that, Morisaki? Adamantipator? We have some very dedicated Adamantipator pilots. They just like rocks. They like their block dragon. That's it. What a hand. We got double Veiler, double Fua, double Maxi. We have an Imp. We have a Nib. No Imper, no. But there's a double. There's two Veilers. What the heck was that? What was that? What is it you think that keeps Adamantipator at that rogue tier? because it seems pretty powerful. But you know what? I don't think I've seen it top any of our tournaments in Swiss. That might just be because the players aren't able there to play with it at that time. True, it's not good in playing into Max C with your Emancipators, but Tempai, on the other hand, they don't care at all. I really enjoy getting to stream these tournaments. Thank you all for being here, supporting the stream. If you're able to, just leave the stream running in the background. You can leave it at 1%, and that's all we need for you to support us here for nothing. For no effort required. Ban all Tempai cards? I could see that. So we got Nibiru. They have a sequence activating to summon Lacrima. They're gonna summon another Fiendsmith from the grave. Now is where we nib. You got a Nibiru right here. Thrust. Okay, the different dimension ground. I wonder if they sided in that different dimension ground. The different dimension ground destroys mermails. So these mermaids have an ogre. Where do they ogre? All right, so they use the Solomon Judgment. There's a Caesar which has 2 negates, 1 negate, and I guess that's all they needed. Yeah, that different dimension ground completely ruined. The mermails. Is Rainbow Neos Lord banned? I don't know. I don't know what that does. Beansmith control. But there's a crow to banish the Lurry. So that stops the Lurry from summoning and ban. They don't go into a moon. They just do a seal. Okay. Do they take the Max C challenge? There's a drill beam. Now they have an Ash and a Truest Worm starter. Oh, but the starter gets negated by Ash. Seal, tribute, the Druid's Worm, and returning the carrot, and then the Druid's Worm sends Kill to the grave. They don't want to take that Maxi challenge anymore. I don't think they could. Beansmith control still on top, but I think the Max C had a hand to help. Yeah, that won't matter. Sprite doesn't really have much of a backup plan if there's a Max C, right? So now we got Necro Valley stun going second against Sprite, but they do have a Dark Ruler. Jet searching for double cross. The anglers summoning beavers, link that into a Masquerena. Well, the whole field is negated by a Dark Ruler no more now. But the double cross is not negated. Suck up that Frecky. They set Iron Thunder and Solemn Strike. Does the Iron Thunder? Yeah, they're gonna destroy all cards in the same column, so that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see that. It's gonna work wait, they didn't? Why didn't they? Let's see. Let me read this thing. And if you do, destroy that card. Then destroy any other cards that are in the monster zones or spell and trap. But the destroyed card. But it didn't destroy the Little Knight because it was summoned with a Masquerena. So the second effect of the Iron Thunder didn't get to activate, and there wouldn't have been. It's not. I just read it. It's not in the same. You're not destroying cards in the same column that the Iron Thunder was activating in. You're destroying cards in the same column as the card that was destroyed in by its effect. Know that. Sprite can be pretty good against stun. They have ways to boost over with the gamma burst if it's like maybe a monster they can get over. Cross out designator, negating the ash. The Kaiman's going through. Alright, so we got a seal tributing. But there's also a Fualos. So the Magnemite will banish the seal from their own grave. There will be no summon. Wow. Return it back. They can't equip the... they can't summon Lacima. No Necro equip later. We got Fualos. Fua. Are they gonna take the Mermail taking the Fualos challenge? Wait. Now we Magnemite, but there's an Impulse. Druid Worm? That's what we really wanted to summon? I think that Fualos was last turn. That Fualos is not active anymore. And now the Dweller turning off the graveyard. No effects in the grave. The Druid Swarm won't float to send. They got 8,700 damage on the field. Now it's 10,000. They just have to it's over. All they gotta do is clear that Druid Swarm, and they already have lethal. Wilson, what is going on? Today we got a new ban list tournament. So if you want to know what decks we're going to be playing once that new ban list goes into effect, limiting the power of Blue Eyes, this is what you're going to want to be paying attention to and how they're playing it. I haven't seen barely any Blue Eyes today, and if I did, they got knocked out. Is that just because people are dropping it? They want to play something new? Are they really... Is the limiting the Sage and the Maiden to 2 really enough to drop the deck completely? I don't know. But we got another tournament tomorrow with a $25 prize pool. We're gonna have 5, maybe even 6 rounds of Swiss, depending on how many people are there. We're gonna get a good idea on what's happening between today and tomorrow. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Live twins starting us off. They're protected by a cold by, backed up by a droll with a typhoon, and the red, which is a monster negate. Sprite gigantic turning off a nib. The carrot will, they got rid of their monster negate, now they have a spell trap negate. They got rid of both to summon a Masquerena. Link summon Lilla. Lilla bring back the Kill. They draw another droll, and the droll is not once per turn. So there's a Masquerena. They're gonna Cold by, negate Lubellion, but the Drill Beam negating the Cold by. Holy crap. So now they're drolling. Elf, bring back Carrot. Got a Little Knight. There was nothing for the Little Knight to banish. Little Knight will banish itself and the Magnum until the end phase. Ooh. The Carrot would negate the Drill Beam from resetting itself from the grave. All right, we did that. The decks. This is exciting. We started out. All right, so we got the top 8 in the first tournament using the new ban list that slaughtered Snake Eyes and Blue Eyes. They brought back Sprite. So Sprite, Blue, Nadir Servant, the Nimble Beaver, and Sprite Jet are all now unlimited. We've got the Maiden of White, as well as Branded Fusion and Sage with Eyes of Blue, all now limited to 2, semi-limited. The Branded Fusion was limited to 1. So Branded got boosted as well. How much is one Branded Fusion gonna do? Might do a lot. We'll see if we have any Branded in the top 8. We saw some Branded today. Sage, we talked about that. And the Bonfire, as well as Original Sinful Spoils, are both now limited to 1. So you're going to get some crafting points back for that, maybe. I know I will. I'm going to miss Snake Eyes. What decks are we going to see in the top 8? Let me see right here. Well, we have Sprite and Mermail Atlantean. Then we will see Fiendsmith Tenpai versus Fiendsmith Control using the Primite engine. Oh, and the players can use a side deck today. There's Primite Azamina. Primite, that's what they call this? Primite Fiendsmith Azamina. There's no Snake Eye. Wild. And we'll have them playing against Adamancipator. For the final top 8 match, we will have Fiendsmith Control. That's interesting. Fiendsmith Control versus Fiendsmith Control. Now we have a new problem. Before it was Blue Eyes, now it's Fiendsmith Control everything. We'll see how that goes. This is where the action really begins. All right, let's make this a good one. We got Adamantipator going second with a Fuelos, but there's a cold buy to negate the Fuelos. Fiendsmith, Azamina, no, Primite Azamina. I think this is what they called it. There's no Snake Eye. They do have the Diabell though, just to get into the Azamina engine. Very interesting. Low to the ground. Plays under Nib, I guess. Let's see what we got here. We got a very low to the ground control strategy versus the explosive Adamanticators. Starting off with a super heavy line. They banish the Soul Piercer, which is not a once per turn. So that's a good banish. Deception. Now the Hollowed Azamina, they summon a Sylvia. Follow that up with a Lurie into a Fiendsmith line. Summon a Lacrima, sending Engraver. Shuffle back the Dippity. Getting rid of the Wakashi. Wakaushi? Wakashi? Wakaushi. I'm just being funny. I think it's that way. I don't know. The Adamanticators weren't even able to really take off in game number 1. So let's get these scores up here. Score is actually correct right off the bat. Adamantipator choosing to go first. They got the Kokai Maver Guardian to protect them. There's a Fuelos. Guardian Tribute to negate. There's a second Fuelos. There's a second Fuelos. And even if that didn't work, there's a Droll plus an Ogre. Are they going to take this Fuelos challenge? I don't know if there would have been a challenge. They would overlay into a Granite. But do they have enough rocks in the grave? Does the Granite have to detach? They have fairies. They have 1 rock. Does the Granite detach? So how many? Detach 1. I don't think that would do it. But they had the Foolish Burial, so that could have sent something, right? That could even have sent the block. What are we talking about? But I guess they didn't want to take that challenge. So they survive the turn. There's still a Droll and an Ogre. Kokai Maver Guardian banished by the Drill Beam. Sending the Block Dragon. Damn. They don't have... Do they have enough rocks in the grave? 1, 2... There is 3 rocks in the grave, but once they do that, there's just a Block Dragon sitting there. Probably gonna get banished by the Primite, the Drill Beam, right? And then then it's over. Sequence, they're gonna fusion summon, but now the Shuffler is... Medora is banishing to shuffle back the material, so no fusion. Oh, they still get the fusion. Wasn't enough. What did they shuffle back? I guess they just still had enough. They shuffled back. Medora shuffled back Lacrima, Requiem, and Ether Barrel. But then they used the Lurie and the Dippity to fusion them. I wonder if they didn't return the barrel and they did something else instead. Like the Lurie or the Dippity, would they have another material? I can't see their graveyard anymore. Ed Chav, what is going on? Good to see you. We are having a new ban list tournament. And this is the final tournament in a series of tournaments where the players are playing for points in a $50 prize pool. So we got Sprite versus Mermails. Imperm negating the Sprite blue. And there's an Ash. When are they going to use this Ash? They have Swap Frog sending the Toad. They can do a Gigantic and get Ashed, but then the Sprite player has Sprite Starter to follow that up as well. So there's the Ash, negate, and the Gigantic. Now the starter will summon the Jet. Jet searching for double cross. Link summon. Sprint. Gonna send an Angler, summon Beavers, and link that to Masquerena. Summon the Toad. Double cross. So there's a Masquerena. I'll do a Little Knight, possibly a double banish. Target one monster on the field in the graveyard, then place that targeted monster your opponent controls in your zone. Your link 2 monster points to. Oh wait, place the. What? Place the targeted monster your opponent controls in your zone. Your link 2 monster points to. Okay. Take control of it. Or special summon the targeted monster from either graveyard to your zone that your link 2 points to. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Impulse negating the Abyss Shrine. The Shadow Squad gets Ash. That Shadow Squad would summon from the deck. Masquerena will summon Little Knight and banish. They didn't even need the double cross trap. Oh. Or was incorrect. Well, it will be, because you know the deal. We'll watch this from the side who lost. See what they can do going first. So if you want to know what decks to be playing with when the new ban list goes into effect, this is it. Or if you plan on entering any tournaments that play with the new ban list in effect. So just like we saw before in game 1, you want to Ash the Shadow Squad, which would summon from the deck. Ooh, but now they've got the Coelacanth. But there's an Imperm to negate. The Coelacanth is also big. Both of those are big, explosive plays. I think the Coelacanth is probably worse, right? Coelacanth. If you have just the Coelacanth on the field, you could summon 4 other monsters from the deck, right? What if you Pendulum summon it into the extra monster zone from your extra deck? This won't happen. It's not a Pendulum. You can't get it to the extra monster zone. So what even is this thing? White aura monoceros. All right, they got the aura. But do they have the skill? Synchro summon Trishula. They're gonna rip a card from the hand. The jet is banished, gone. There's an Ash. I think this Lancea does something. That summons Raiho. Effect monsters hate this guy. Raiho says that when your opponent's monster effect activated on the field resolves, they must discard one card or the effect is negated. But there's a Zeus. Huh. How was the wait, what? I guess they just discarded a card for it, but did they negate the oh. The number 2 Ninja Shadow Mosquito negated the Raiho. That's exactly right, Deny. This is the top 8 using the new ban list. So once Blue Eyes, it has been nerfed. We'll be playing with Sprite. People will be telling me, people don't always understand that we're using unlimited duel rooms for these tournaments, and we're not just limiting the cards that got banned. And they say, well, it's not accurate because you're not using the cards that were unlimited. We are. And then they say, well, it's not accurate because the new cards haven't come out yet. Well, that doesn't really make a difference because we're still, the data goes to the tier list. And the other archetypes will be the ones that got hit. They're going to be brought down. If they get boosted somehow or something through other support, then that's fair. But this gives a better idea. There's been that's the second 2-0 victory that we had in the top 8 today. All right. Fiendsmith, Bestial Control, going first. It's Bestial. It's Fiendsmith Control Mirror, but the player going second has Primite and Fusion Destiny. So we'll see how this goes. They have a Wave High King Caesar, which would negate the Fusion Destiny. Got a Drill Beam, revealing the Roar and banishing the Caesar. See ya. Caesar's gone. Tribute to Requiem, summon a Lacrima, sending Fiendsmith in Paradise. They're getting ready to... Is this going to send Desiree? Then they can send one of your cards to the grave once something is summoned from the extra deck. We'll see how that goes. They have a Duelist and a Baldrake. Now the Predator Plant Verte Anaconda is here. Getting banished by the Baldrake, which tributed the Lacrima to banish the Verte. Fusion Destiny. Summon DPE. The Lordly Load will ascending. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Sarnier sent this DPE to the grave. Is it still going to activate? I think that DP only activates when it's destroyed. Wow. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect. Huge. They left themselves open to being sent to the grave by the Jerusalem when they could have popped. They could have done it. They could have gone battle with the other one and then popped it and the Jerusalem. There's just many ways. So many ways could have been done differently. Again, I didn't reset that top score, but it's gonna fit. All right, keep it going. Game number 2. We got Primite. Wait, it's Bestial control. You know the deal. Fiendsmith control. Bunch of Bestials. Even they got tired of it. Oh, connection failed. Damn. All right. Next match. Good old Maxi. Oh, Maxi's on both sides, so it's fair. Oh, but this is the Fiendsmith Tenpai. But there's max seeds on all sides, so it all means nothing really. Double Fuelos. The double animation's crazy. Drill beam negating and banishing the Lacrima. The Lubellion searching for a Magnum. Magnum banish their opponent's Requiem. Lordly Load getting the barrel. There's their normal summon. They have not summoned from the deck or the extra deck because there's a double Fuelos. Drill beam resetting itself from the grave. The Gooska. Gooska changing everything on the field to defense position. How do they play through this? Sequence. Little Knight wants to banish the drill beam. Oh, but the drill beam, it's gonna dodge? Oh, but it gets destroyed by the ogre. That Baguska is really taking control of this game here. They're getting a lot of mileage out of it. Little Knight. Another Little Knight destroyed by an ogre? Crazy. So the Chaos Angel. What was this summoned with? Just the light, so it doesn't have both protections. Lordly Load, getting the roar. Roar, there's Max C, it's Max C Fest. That's the third Max C that I remember being activated in this game, maybe more. Wait, on bottom, they only have 100 life points left. Requiem. The Lacrima will shuffling back. Summon the Crimson Tears. They burn for 2,700. How are they gonna? All they have to do is do another 2,700 damage. Over 1,200. Because are they protected from destruction? Valor negating Agnumde into a Typhon. Detaching to return the Duelist Worm into battle, doing 1,700 damage, but it's just barely not enough. If only they had 1,000 more. And I guess they weren't protected. Oh, only the Synchro monsters are protected. Elfon. True. Poor Typhon. Game number 2. And we got who is this? Tempai Fiendsmith. I guess you've got the Tempai engine for going second, and you're just playing Fiendsmith control otherwise. But we've got Fiendsmith control with Kashtira. I don't think I actually I've seen them playing the Kashtira in the Fiendsmith control yet, but let's see it. Drill Beam will banish and negate that Feather Duster. Summon Genroku. They baited that out now into a Pydra, where the Unicorn is banishing the Sangenpai Biden Dragon right from the extra deck. Hyman, adding Chandra. They're in the battle phase, so they summon it. And now the birth, they're banishing the Genroku. Superstorm banished Dippity. That's no good. Trident Dragon is popping. We're sending, they're popping. That's lethal. Like I said, they have that Tempai engine for when they're trying to OTK is crazy, and they take control with the Fiendsmith. Smith control Tempai? Fiendsmith? So we got another 2-0 victory with Tempai. Fiendsmith going to the semifinals. All right, keeps going. Tenpai is worse than stun. I can agree with that. Tenpai Fiendsmith winning 2-0. I'm sure someone probably would have guessed that, right? Let's go watch this here. We're gonna put this in semi-finals. Semi-finals of a new ban list tournament, and what have we seen? Really, a lot of freaking Fiendsmith control, Bestials, Primite, you name it. Again, we're using the new ban list. These are all of the changes. Unlimited Sprite Blue, Nadir Servant, the Beaver, Jet, Maiden, Branded Fusion, and Sage are limited to 2. And limited to 1 is Bonfire and Original Sinful Spoil. And believe it I seen a lot less Snake Eye in today's tournament. That's kind of crazy. If we go and take a look over at the tier list, you can see the right now top tier 1 is Blue Eyes, Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, Fiendsmith Control. I haven't seen any of the I haven't seen any of that today besides Blue Eyes. I mean, no, Fiendsmith Control. I have not seen Blue Eyes, barely at all. I think we saw 1 or max 2 of each Blue Eyes and Snake Eyes players out of the whole event. It's all Fiendsmith Control on top. Surprisingly, some Memento as well. And something we're going to be keeping an eye on is Tenpai Fiendsmith. So I think that tells you everything you need to know. But this format's crazy. It's just Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith everything. I really enjoyed playing 3 copies of the original with the Millennium Engine in my Snake Eye cards. All right, they just said fine. I don't know, did they brick or something? What just happened? Turn 1, they drew, draw phase, standby, main, pass. They had a Magnamite, Delta, they had Bestials, Delta, Camps, side frames. Nothing playable. Let us go to game number 2. Like I was saying, Fiendsmith Control. Fiendsmith Control with Primite, and they're also playing Sci-Frame Gears. I like the Delta, it's interesting. Maybe you're negating the Primite cards? You can see that. And we all know what Fiendsmith is doing at this point. I like the Lacrima Crimson Tears is a nice addition. Konami did a good, I think they added the Crimson Tears at the right time. People were wondering, well, why didn't they get it on release? Konami has a way of doing these things. They kind of know what they're doing. There might be some rough patches here in between, though. Called by the grave. They're banishing the driver so that the Delta doesn't have a driver to summon. Yeah, the Lordly Load is activating to add, and then the side frame gear Delta wants to negate, so the Cold by banish the driver so that they can't summon it. The Delta can't resolve. No negate. Interesting. We did see, we were talking about earlier, this Fiendsmith Primite Azamina deck is kind of crazy. They're using the Azamina to summon a Sylvia, and this is a good player. I've seen them do well consistently in tournaments. So the Sylvia is, wait, Sylvia negated who? Negated the hollowed Azamina. Wait, what? Desiree is activating, returning Requiem to target the moon, but the Sylvia negates Desiree. That's, yeah, okay. Let's say, well, what are we negating the Azamina for? We Lacrima. Lacrima's gonna bring back the Engraver. Overlay those into a Caesar. So there's 2 special summon negates plus Little Knight banishing the Dippity. And the Drill Beam. So Drill Beam, banish, double negate. And that's another 2-0 victory. This entire top 8 so far has just been crazy 2-0s. I think we're gonna have a good match coming up though. Before this is in the semis. We got the other semi-final to watch. I need in Molito. Kraken and Orchid. We'll watch that. Kraken. Yeah. All right. We're gonna head on over and watch our other semi-finalists, and that is the Tenpai Fiendsmith going first. Let's see. They won the coin flip. Tenpai has finally found a way to play going first. The new way to play Tenpai. Just play Fiendsmith. And then have your Tenpai for when you go second. But the Imperm is going to negate the sequence. There's also a Dominus Impulse. Now, Little Knight will banish the Imperm. End in the turn. So all Sprite has to do here is play through the Little Knight. Where do you use the Little Knight in this situation? Guess right here. But the elf doesn't have to summon to a zone that it points to, so even though it leaves the field, got a gigantic Sprite. They have the Paradise. Let's see here. There is the Fiendsmith in Paradise in the grave. We got gigantic Sprite activating, and now there's Impulse to negate Druid Worm. Blue searching for Jet. Summon the Jet. That's going to get a Gamma Burst, helping them OTK. Omni Baru. Onib Maru. Soul Sweeper. That's lethal. They're sweeping it up. Didn't even use Trap, though. Trap who? Oh. Oh, with the elf, there was nothing meaningful to do with it anyway. Yeah, I figured. So double blue. Here's a Fuelos. We got the cold buy. But a second Fuelos? Sucks. Are they gonna take this challenge? Too many crickets. Oh, they're taking this challenge. Ghost Ogre destroying the mannequin cat. But now we got a max C. Okay. They stopped your turn with a double Fuolos. You stopped their turn with the max C. Well, not really. They do a one summon for the Requiem. Is that worth it? That Requiem will tribute and summon Lacrim, which will send the... I thought they might send the Paradise. They're gonna tract. Oh, I didn't realize that the tract effect to fusion summon was a quick effect that you could do on your opponent's turn. The Engraver is sending the Angler and the Requiem into battle. It's not lethal. What do we do? A Caesar? No, not a Caesar. Sequence? But are we going to play into Nib? Oh, yeah, it is their turn. I'm so all confused up. There is the Nib. I blame Maxi for all this. Maxi and Fuolos. I guess there was so many things happening on the Sprite player's turn. We thought I thought it was their turn for a second. Or yeah, so the Sprite player was doing so many things on the Fiendsmith player's turn. So Imperm Negate will preserve that Typhon, but I'm sure they'll find another way to get rid of this Typhon. Chaos Angel. Banish. Kind of wild. True. All right. Game number 3. Semi-finals. New ban list tournament. Oh, I didn't have the new ban list graphic up there. When was someone gonna remind me? It's ready for tomorrow. Like it'll be ready for when we can do it tomorrow, but I don't have it set up for this one. We got Sprite versus Fiendsmith Control. If you want something with more flavor, play Sprite. If you want something that probably has a higher chance of winning, but is boring and bland, you're playing Fiendsmith Control Primite. It just there's less interactions on that Primite Fiendsmith Control, but each one is so powerful. So there's a sprint, which when we detach a material, it'll bounce or spin. Spin. I think that's the way it goes. How does this sprint work? If a monster is special summoned while this card is on the field, you can detach material from an Xyz monster you control, then target one monster on the field, return it. They return the Lurie. But now they just have a Lacrima, but there's an imperm to negate. Now the double cross will take that Lacrima as material and equip it to the Mannequin Cat. There's a Typhon, but the Mannequin Cat. What is the Mannequin Cat? Monster summoned. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Summon one monster with the same type or attribute from your... Okay, it just summons. Typhon, what? Typhon returning itself so that they can lightning storm? I don't think I've seen that before. Yeah, it's just top decking this nib really sucks here. Maybe the opponent could play into nib, right? Oh, but no, this is Fiendsmith Tenpai. Even if you... Oh, they're gonna go into battle. You're done. Can't nib that. Tenpai Fiendsmith? It's crazy. Very unlucky. All they would have needed to top deck a monster and they would have got gaming. So, in the finals of this new ban list tournament, these players, one was what do we have? We have Tenpai Fiendsmith, who was 4-0. And we also have Primite Azamina, who was 5-0. But it seems that the Primite Azamina player tapped out. They fell asleep. It's late where they are. And that's it. They DQ'd. After going 5-0 to get to the finals, Primite Azamina. They DQ'd. They didn't, they're done. They're sleeping. They're dreaming. So, we don't know for sure who would have won. Fiendsmith Tenpai or Primite Azamina. But you can rest assured that by playing either one of them, you will go far. Morisaki, go get some sleep. That's crazy. 6:15 in the morning is insane. Well, you got to get some sleep because we all have to wake up for the Cosmic Clash that's going to happen in... What, someone get the counter. Where's the countdown? We got 13 hours. I'll see you there. Hopefully I wake up in time. We got this. We'll be okay. I'm gonna go play RuneScape for like 7 hours though. Oh, that's not good. Good night, Morisaki. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. Very good day for all. The final is a little anticlimactic, non-existent, I should say. But yeah. Primite Azamina and Fiendsmith Tenpai. I think I would have been rooting for the Fiendsmith Tenpai to be funny. Alright. YouTube. We are out. We're still going to be streaming on Twitch though. I actually do have an alternate YouTube channel that you could be joining us on, but I encourage you to come on over to Twitch. You can find the link to that on the channel, just in the description of the stream, I think. I don't think I was looking forward to more Tenpai either, but I do kind of respect how they found a way to go first with the Fiendsmith. I wish I could just right click and copy that. Alright, so YouTube, you can join us over there or hop on to Twitch. Either way, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, we're gonna end the YouTube